Hello, good morning. Good morning and welcome. I hope you are well. You haven't heard from me for a while, but I'm back from holiday now. I'm back into the swing of things. And yeah, we're all getting back into the swing of things. And yeah, how are you coping is the question on everybody's lips. Well, we have been coping since March. Um, so how are we coping? For me, it kind of puts me on the back foot. Well, puts and gets me into a darker place. So how am I coping? How am I? Well, we're coping just fine. We're coping as well as we can, given everything that's going on, and we're all doing that all the time. We're coping. We cope. How will I cope? Well, we cope. The inner resilience, the inner life force, the spirit, that true spirit of who we truly are, that true resilience of who we were born, that gives us the strength to carry on. It's funny, I wasn't going to talk about this at all. I hadn't thinking, that hadn't crossed my mind before I came on live to you. To the subject in hand, a lot of mums and dads tell me that they struggle to get their kids to open up about how they feel, and given that that's one of their main concerns about working with me, is they think, well, I'm going to learn this stuff off Simon, but it's not going to work anyway, because my child isn't going to be able to open up. So I wanted to talk about getting kids to open up, and the thing that the thing that came to my mind is actually to remember how I was when I was a child, and maybe to encourage you to perhaps think back as a child how you felt when you were talking about this stuff to your parents, or whether you did or not. So the main period of my childhood that I was unhappy was around the kind of the bullying stuff that was going on, and the worst bullying was on a scout camp. And if you've seen me before, you'll hear me talking about this. But I didn't tell my parents that anything about the bullying that had gone on, and I didn't tell them that I was unhappy. I just said I wanted to go to a different scout group. I don't know. We didn't go into detail on it. And there's that reticence. So that the reticence, sorry, I can't spit my words out. I'm out of practice. The reticence I feel is the same reticence as kids feel. You know, I'm 53 now. I'm talking about when I was 10 or 11. So kids are reticent about this. So, and it's kind of built in. Not a lot of us, even as adults, lead with wear our hearts on our sleeves and lead with our feelings. You know, so you ask a grown up how they're doing, you ask an adult how they're doing, and it's fine. You know, and we kind of push it away. We don't really want to talk about. A lot of the time, we don't want to talk about the dark stuff, the bad feelings, and that's natural. So it's natural that your child is being like that, if that's what they're like, you know. So understanding why they're feeling understanding why they're behaving like they're behaving, perhaps gives you the key to approaching this in a different matter, because everything is about understanding and mirroring and being. You know, you're leading. You're a parent, but you're a leader, and leaders go first. That's what leaders do, and leaders go first with their vulnerability and sharing perhaps how they felt when they were when they were a child, and by going first, we encourage our kids to follow us, and follow us by opening up about how we're feeling. Now I'm about 5 minutes now. I think that's enough. I think that's enough. There aren't 10 steps to this. You know, that 10 steps to, I see so many of them aimed at parents, aimed at kids, aimed at non-parents, and you know, the 10 steps, it doesn't work because it's not based on an understanding. There hasn't been a big enough shift behind what we do. It's not what we do, it's the way that we do it. And the way that we do it is based on our understanding of our kids, our understanding of our partners, our understanding of our bosses, our understanding of the people that work for us. It's based on that understanding. It's the way that we do it. And the way that we do it is unique. We are not robots. So there aren't 10 steps to getting your child to open up. Well, because it's not, the child isn't going to respond in the way that you think. It doesn't work like a computer program. If then. And what you're supposed to do, memorize all the 10 steps, think about all the different variations that could happen. This isn't a game of chess where you're thinking about that. Would that work? Who's got time to figure all that stuff out? So understanding that reticence is natural, understanding that you were probably reticent about talking to your parents about your emotions, probably you still are, you know, that understanding, putting yourself in your child's shoes, remembering how it felt when you were little, that will give you that's a far better starting point for a conversation with your child than trying to figure out the 5 steps, because the child's not going to the child's not a robot. You're not a robot. Nobody's going to respond in the way that you expect them to respond. They don't, you know. Okay, see you again soon. Thanks a lot. Hope that helps. Bye-bye.